Welcome back to the program. A lot of questions about moving here to the Valley. Where do I buy? What do I buy? But the big thing is, how's your market doing? And I've been curious about that myself. Joining me right now, Bart Peaslee, LIV Sotheby's International Realty. Good to see you this morning, sir.
Yeah.
That is the question. I think that I hear from visitors that come, they stay at my house and whatnot, and, they know about their markets, but, everyone's curious about how the luxury living is up here in Eagle County.
Well, it's an interesting question. So when someone asks someone like myself, what's the market like? My first question is, are you a buyer or a seller?
Okay, let's say I'm a buyer.
Okay,
Everybody wants to live here and own here.
Yeah, everybody does want to live here.
Most.
So where do you want to live?
For me, west of what I consider the Mason-Dixon line of Eagle County, which would be west of Walcott.
Right. But if you were a visitor and you're coming up for
Avon.
You're Avon.
I'd be an Avon person. If I lived up Valley, for sure. I think it's a great location.
So do you care what the market is in Beaver Creek or Bachelor Gulch or any place else?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit, but what are you really interested in?
Avon.
Avon.
What's going on in Avon?
Avon. So the same thing. If you want to be in Beaver Creek or Bachelor Gulch, Vail, Arrowhead, Lions, you want to know what's going on in those marketplaces. So when someone says, "Oh, the market's this or that," does it really actually make a difference to you? No, you want to talk to someone who's going to talk to you about your area.
Yeah, your exact area.
Your exact area. And then within that, what's the marketplace if you're a ski in, ski out? Well, I only care about that. Then you only want to know what's going on in that market.
Sure.
If you say, you know what, I'm in this price range, then you only want to know what's the market doing in that price range. So how do you do that? You find someone who does all the paperwork. This is every one of the neighborhoods from Wolcott east all the way up to East Vail. So when you sit down, someone comes in, I can say, okay, well, this is what's happening in this area. Oh, good, because that's all I care about. I want to be in Cordillera.
More detailed.
Yeah.
And I think also when you look at it, the demographic of people, although, we think about, I just want to be near the mountain, I want to go skiing, riding, access to rivers and whatnot. Right. A lot of folks maybe want to be in something that their office space was included in there.
Right.
Certain buildings or, everyone has their own niche and their certain way that they want to live.
So where the market is really where do you want to be, and then you can talk about the market.
Yeah.
Talking about the general market, some of these properties, like if you go off mountain over to Booth Creek up by West Vail, you'll see 4, 5, 7, 8 homes sold in a year. So you really need someone who knows the market to be able to say, what does that mean to me? How do I know from 5, 6? When you get Beaver Creek, Bachelor Gulch, there's 64 homes a year that are selling, and that's easier to give you an inclination. So what do you need to do?
Get a pro. You handed me this chart, and I was like, I can't read that.
Yeah. You have to have someone that can break it down specifically.
Yeah.
Someone's going to listen to you. Like you were saying, you want to live on the water, right?
Mm-hmm.
Someone else wants to live. I have to hear where you want to live before I can tell you what's going on in a neighborhood. And someone who just flings out a number without talking to you is...
There's actually like 4 locations. I'd like to have a place right on the mountain in Lion's Head.
Okay.
That's one of them. I'd love a little place in Minturn.
Okay.
That'd be the other
little
one.
Funky place.
Yeah, I'd be a Minturn person. Maybe like Avon Edwards, and then the other one would be we call it Egypt, right between Eagle and Gypsum.
Right.
That'd be my other stretch.
See, so
it's very diverse in this valley.
But you know specifically what you want.
Yeah.
So now that you've done that, I can sit down and I can, okay, well, this is it. This is where we want to go, and this is why this will work. Every transaction is a one-off, and that means every individual transaction has a dynamic. Someone may have to sell, and so there's this price in this neighborhood. And then so everybody says, oh, well, that's the price, the market price. No, it was a one-off. Someone comes in and says, I love this house. I don't care what it costs. I don't care if it's this is the experience I want for my family.
Sure.
And they're going to pay that price. That sets a whole new market dynamic. So you got the guy that had to sell, the guy that didn't care.
All different types of sales. Just like there's all different types of buyers.
Exactly. So you need to talk to someone who can decipher it for you.
We do have to wrap it up. Good to have you on here. One thing, though, I can tell people that I know, and I'm not a realtor, is that living in the valley is good. And that we're never going to not have a commodity up here.
Right. And of course, shoppers shop everywhere, but buyers come to Sotheby's.
Good to see you. Once again, Bart Peaslee with LIV Sotheby's International Realty. Give him a call. Perhaps you're curious about the weather right now. Mark Sassy's got that coming up next. We've got more interviews, and we'll be headed outside, give you a better picture on what the weather looks like up valley. We'll be back in a moment.